It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
What's happening, guys? Hopefully you can hear me well. I'm surprised the connection's is good, actually, because I thought the connection where I'm at right now wouldn't be the best. But either way, we're live anyway. We're live. We made it. And we need to talk about the help that Mikel Arteta needs. We need to talk about it because this guy, he actually said, and I didn't know this until after I was live, when I was in bed scrolling through Twitter to see what everybody else was saying. Man's trying to talk about the ball, right? Mikel Arteta is out here trying to talk about how the ball is different. It moves, it flies away differently, and everything like that.
Ah! What?
This guy is something else. I've never heard, in my nearly 35 years of being on this planet, I've never heard a manager try and blame the ball because after losing the game. Bear in mind, we beat Preston, we beat Bolton, we beat Crystal Palace to get here. And now the ball seems to be something with the ball. Why was there no mention of the ball before? Why didn't he say when we beat Crystal Palace, oh, well, the shape up ball helped us, mate? Why didn't he say that? But when we lose 2-0 at home to Newcastle, man's out here trying to say about how the ball's different. I got the clip.
What?
You could not make this shit up. Right? This guy, this is how you know he's officially lost it. This is how you know this guy has officially lost it. When he's out here talking about the ball. And I'll get some of the quotes up. But he spoke about the ball and he spoke about fans that were walking out. And it's like, fam, good luck with that. But you know what? If you want to get at the fans, keep doing that, because this will accelerate your exit even quicker. The FA, everything now is on the FA Cup now, right? And I put my neck on the line before the ball was kicked this season, saying why I think we'd win the FA Cup. Because we'll be out of everything. We're not going to win anything else, but we'll still be in that. And it will be at a point where the pressure's on Arteta because he has to win something now. Because he's not going to win the league again. But he's not going to win the league this season. You know. So the FA Cup is all we'll have. Had it not been for me believing that this manager, because I even said whether it's him or not, because he might get sacked during the season, and then the same thing might happen as to when he came in. But the fact that I believe that we'll win the FA Cup is the only reason why I'm not out here saying Man United are going to do us over this weekend. Because otherwise, when you contextualize everything, right, that's the more likely scenario. The more likely scenario is Man United beat us this weekend and get revenge for losing 2-0 back in December. That's the most likely scenario when you look at this. And if I was to go for a score prediction, I'm going 2-1 either way. Somebody's going to win 2-1. Maybe even 3-1. But us, the way we're playing right now, it's hard for me to predict wins now, because I'm not seeing anything that's, progressing further like that. I'm not seeing it. Bro, stinker and hooked. Fam, it's... Can you believe this guy is trying to... You know what? I'm going to get the clip. You know what? Let's get into this. You know what? Let's talk about this. Sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. So Arteta's out here talking about ball. Hold on. Let me grab the video file. Wait, hold on. Just so there we are. Let's open it.
Just mentioned the ball in this competition. I know it's not an excuse, but what is the issue with it?
No, it's just different. It's just different, very different to the Premier League ball, and you have to adapt to that because it flies different. When you touch it, the grip is very different as well. So you adapt to that.
Unbelievable. It flies different when you grip it and everything. And you know what, right? The EFL came out and said, "Fam, we've never heard this before. This is the first we've heard of this." The EFL have clowned this guy, right? Let me see if I can find. Oh, actually, I'll share it on my story. Actually, right. So the EFL has responded to Arteta, right, saying in addition to the Carabao Cup, the same ball has been successfully used in other major European leagues, including both Serie A and La Liga, and our 3 divisions in the EFL. So the Championship, the Premier League, the League One, maybe even League Two, as well as FA Cup and obviously EFL Cup, as well as Premier League. So basically, the EFL saying, "I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about." That's what the EFL saying. All clubs play with the same ball, and we have received no further comments of this nature following any of the previous 88 fixtures which have taken place in this season's Carabao Cup. So what they are saying is this guy's crazy because nobody else has said this. And we're down to the last 4 of the EFL Cup. So 88 teams that have lost the EFL Cup, 88 teams that have been kicked out. None of their managers turned around and said, "Oh, well, ball's shaped a bit different, mate. It flies different, mate." None of the League Two side said that. None of the League One side said that. None of the Championship side said that. And none of the Premier League teams that are currently out have said that. But Arteta now, he's come out and he's saying, hold on, let me go back to the beginning.
First manager to mention the ball in this competition. I know it's not an excuse, but what is the issue with it?
No, it's just different. It's just different, very different to the Premier League ball, and you have to adapt to that because it flies different. When you touch it, the grip is very different as well. So you have.
Honestly, I've never heard anything like this before. The ball, I would expect this from Ty, AFTV's Ty. I'd expect him to say something like that because man tried to say about raining when we lost against Watford. I think it was in the FA Cup. But this, you see, the thing is, I understand the weather more than this. I understand blaming the weather, right? I understand blaming the weather more than trying to put blame on the ball. This is insane. This guy needs help. Arsenal beat Man United, and then next round you probably get Liverpool or City, then get knocked out. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, to be fair. The ball is different. Wasn't different for Newcastle. Exactly. Big up to you, Rod. And obviously big up to you as well, Kurt. You always make me laugh when you go close to the camera. But this guy though, how are you out here saying about the ball? Right? Like where the ball when Newcastle on attack must have switched then. It must have been a switcheroo then. The ball's just different when Newcastle on attack. Then when we get the ball, it switches back to what we're used to. Insane. You couldn't make this up. So just imagine the excuses he'll come out with going forward. Imagine if we get knocked out of the FA Cup this weekend. Just imagine that. Imagine what he'll say. Because nobody's heard this excuse before. The ball. The journalist said to him, "I've never heard you mention." Let me play it again. Let me play this again.
You're not the first manager to mention the ball in this competition. I know it's not an excuse, but
Right. So did he say you're not the first manager?
You're not the first manager to mention the ball.
Oh, so apparently he's not the first manager to mention it. So I wonder who else mentioned about the ball then. If that's what he said, you're not the first manager to mention about the ball
In this competition. You're not the first manager to mention the ball in this competition. You know, I know it's not an excuse, but what is the issue with it?
No, it's just different. It's just different, very different to the Premier League ball, and you have to adapt to that because.
Now, I've heard excuses about the pitch. You know, if we go to Crawley Town away, you know what I mean? That their pitch is going to be different to ours. But the ball. Could see United winning on Sunday, honestly. I mean, in all fairness, I could, but I'm still in belief that the only thing we'll get out of the season is an FA Cup, because it'll just be one of them seasons where it's like, this is all you got now. You know what I mean? Because we ain't going to win the league, and we're damn sure not going to win the Champions League. And we ain't getting past Newcastle in the EFL Cup. What wouldn't surprise me when it comes to the EFL Cup, what wouldn't surprise me is beating Newcastle 2-1 and still going out. You know what I mean? Beating Newcastle 2-1 and losing 3-2 on aggregate. That shit wouldn't surprise me. That would be very Arsenal. Let's not forget. Remember when AC Milan smoked us at San Siro? They smoked us 4-0. No. It was either they smoked us there and then they smoked us there and then at the Emirates we beat them 3-0. But it wasn't enough because they won 4-0. So they went through 4-3 in aggregate. Like that is something I can see happening. You know what I mean? If we win at St. James's, it won't mean anything, kind of thing. Otherwise, we ain't going there and winning. Yeah, Kirk. YG looks like Lee Dawson when he just he was meant to put Kurt. Arteta turned into a mutant. This guy's been a mutant for a long time. Arteta postman, Pat manager. He is, and you've been saying it. You've been saying it. You've been calling it all along. We've all knew that. We all knew this. We all knew this. Super Mario Kart manager. As I said previously, when it came to Everton needing a manager and Arsenal needed a manager, he should have gone to Everton because everything he's doing here would suit Everton. Man really pulled a tie and blamed the ball. It's been raining vibes. I know. Just imagine. Just think of all the excuses you would have heard in the past by managers and whatever. You know, I mocked Pep, right? When he was crying. Hang on a minute. We can't do it without doing this. When he was out here crying after losing at Spurs in early 2023, and he tried saying about, we got down to a hotel and it takes ages to get down there, kid. And I clowned him for that, rightly so. Pep was out here trying to blame the travel from Manchester to North London. Bear in mind, right, which I pointed out, by the way, bear in mind, this was the same Pep that travelled down to Wembley in the 2018 EFL Cup final to smoke us 3-0, smoke Arsene Wenger's Arsenal 3-0 in that final, right? Which is Wenger's heaviest defeat in a cup final, yeah? Then came back during the week, that same week, I think it was a Wednesday, to then smoke us 3-0 at the Emirates again. So, if he can pull that off, anything's possible when it comes to travelling down London. But why did he use the excuse? Because he lost when it came to Spurs. And I clowned him for that, and he deserved to be clowned for that, whether he's trolling or not. But this, fam.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is something else. Arteta's never getting sacked, by the way. He and most Arsenal fans. No, the thing is, if he gets kicked out of the FA Cup, I think the fans, because of the way it's going, losing to Newcastle 2-0 like that, and then going out to United in the FA Cup, for example, because of that, I think even some toxic positive fans will start to look at him a bit differently. Because let's face it, some of them are looking at him a bit differently now. But let's not forget, at the start of the season, at the end of last season, Robbie said, right, and we all saw it, right? I did a reaction to it as well, but we all saw it.
I've seen him do it.
He said on DR Sports that if Arteta did the same thing he did last season, finish close to City, finish second close to City, put title charge, blah blah blah, he wouldn't want to get rid of him. He'd still be Arteta in. And Babs has said the same thing basically. If Slot wins the league, it's stupid to say Arteta should go. They said this. We saw
I've seen him do it.
You know what I mean? But when you look at this now, Forest are level on points with us. Liverpool are 6 points clear with a game in hand. We're halfway out of the EFL Cup. And we've got Man United coming up in the FA Cup, who have found some ground since getting a 2-2 win against Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's peak. I'm not sure I'm happy with our performance at Anfield. Wait. I can't see that properly. I need to move that video. At Anfield, but I don't know if we'll be consistent. Your attack sucks, but most of our attack ain't good either. But I'm excited to see what Amorim will do. This might be the game where Amorim shows what he's trying to do, what he's trying to implement. That might be the game, because in all fairness, this is a good time for Man United. This is a good time to play us. I ain't gonna lie, this is a good time to play us. Lose to Spurs 2 in this position is untenable. Then, forgot about that. Now, just imagine imagine that. Imagine he doesn't win his next 2 games. Imagine that. Arteta not manager, Gary O'Neill, Scott Parker, they're better than Arteta. Scott Parker, Gary O'Neill will probably do more, in all fairness. Arteta Championship manager. Yeah, Arteta, he'd kill it in the Championship. He's one of them managers where if you put him in the Championship and give him some decent players, he'll kill it. You know what I mean? But at this level, nah. He's took us as far as he can. He can't take us any further than an FA Cup win. And I'm giving him that. I'm giving him that grace. Because he's previously showed us he can win an FA Cup, even though people want to say, oh, it's behind closed doors, blah, blah, blah. That to me is the only thing that's probably the best he could actually do for this club. You know what I mean? Well, not just that. You got Aston Villa 2, who beat you last season 2-0. Yep. And that's on my birthday as well, that game. I hear it. But all you need is low block and you'll notify our entire team. Oh, trust me, I think United, we won't see the same United that we beat 2-0 by 2-0 by both corners. We ain't gonna see that United side. We're gonna see a better one that's gonna actually attack. And watch, it's not gonna take, because they're definitely scoring. I'll tell you that now. These men are definitely scoring. And I'm telling you right now, it is not gonna take United much to get a goal. Just you watch. This weekend, it is not going to take United much. Mid-low block, kind of, yeah. Eddie Howe is better than Arteta. Well, Eddie Howe's on something. And the thing is, I've been critical of Eddie Howe. And I've said before, after he lost that EFL Cup final to Man United, I thought to myself, I said before, he can't do no more for Newcastle now. He got him top 4, and then he got him the EFL Cup final. He didn't win it. But in all fairness, he's got one foot in the final again. And in all fairness, if Newcastle, or if and when Newcastle get to the final, whoever it is, Spurs or Liverpool, I think Newcastle will win it. And in all fairness, they deserve to win it. You know what I mean? And that will show the persistence Eddie Howe has put onto this team to try and win something. And because the EFL Cup comes around first, Eddie Howe knew, well, this comes around first, so I'm going to try and win it. You know what I mean? If more managers did that, you would see a more colourful teams getting to this final EFL Cup like that. I just hope we control the game and eventually get a result. Suppose it all depends if Saliba and Gabriel turn up. In all fairness, right now, I don't think Man United have much to worry about. When looking at it from your end, obviously I'm still in denial. So I believe we'll win, and I believe we'll win the competition. But when you just look at it from afar, you think to yourself, are we actually going to beat Man United? Are we just going to, having already beat United 2-0 at the Emirates back last month, and then we're 1 foot out of the EFL Cup now, are we then just going to knock Man United out of the EFL Cup now? Out of the FA Cup now? You know what I mean? So it's one of them, innit? It's one of them where you're questioning, are you really going to do it? Are they really going to do it? Should I say? Arsenal always playing pattern football, where roadblock FC. Yeah, the way we've been playing, man. I mean, teams know, they just know what we're gonna do. They know when we're gonna do it. They know how to stop us from doing it. And then when it comes to the opposition now, they just need that one chance, one shot, and they're in. And we're gonna keep seeing this. Eddie Howe kept 2 clean sheets against Arsenal. Yep. Who does what? Newcastle manager does that? You know what I mean? What Newcastle manager does that? Madness. Oh, the league game frustrated me so much. Among other 2 corners made me feel so sick. We didn't offer much in attack. I pray we improve this and there. No, you'll be better. As long as Amorim gets his team selection right, because even I agree he didn't get it right when he faced us last month. But he'll start Ahmad, and he'll probably start Xerxes as well. But I think he'll get right, and that B-Tech Haaland you've got, he's definitely going to score. You know what I mean? He's due a goal, and this is why I say it's the right time to play us. I think Newcastle, Liverpool win it. I don't think. I mean, it's not foreign for Newcastle to get to a final again and lose it, because we saw it in 1998 and 99 FA Cup final. You know what I mean? Kenny Dalglish's Newcastle got to the final in 98, lost. And then what's his name? That Ranchard, whatever his name is, that Dutch guy. The same one that beat Arsene Wenger's Arsenal in the Champions League final in 2006 with his Barcelona. That guy. I think it was him. Yeah, it was him. Was it him? No, it wasn't him. No, I think I'm thinking of somebody else. But it was a different manager for the Newcastle 1999 FA Cup final against Man United. And they lost, both of them. But I think Eddie Howe takes him to the EFL Cup final. I think he's winning it this time. I think he'll win it this time. Eddie Howe did well in the USL with Newcastle in that hard group. They even had, knowing they didn't qualify for the knockout rounds. He did as much as what he could. But like going forward, if say if he wins the EFL Cup, it's gonna be interesting going forward, because it's not like Newcastle don't have money either. They've got money. You know what I mean? And if they can the thing is for them, if they can keep a hold of Isak, you know what I mean? That's gonna help them a lot. Are you watching Tottenham game tonight? Yeah, if it's on is it on ITV again? I don't think it is, is it? Because I don't have Sky. The only thing I have is Discovery Plus, TNT Sports, and I know it didn't show on there. Because obviously the game was on ITV last night, but I don't know if ITV are doing a double whammy where they're going to show both semi-finals. If we're watching it, I'm going to just chill in the truck and watch that as well, because I do want to watch that game and see who Newcastle are going to get in the final. The thing is, though, Arsenal are so inconsistent, and I also mean that in the sense that they are consistently shy either. Every now and then they turn up, and in the next game they have a stinker. No, the thing is, where I can see Arsenal turning things around and getting the form back is towards the end of this month. And then what we'll do, right, is there'll be a little spell where we start, moving teams aside, right? We'll go on a spell where we start moving teams aside. It's like, well, where was this Arsenal earlier? Just like last season, after we got knocked out of the FA Cup by Liverpool, we then that Arsenal team that we were playing after that, the Arsenal that was playing after that was a different breed. You know what I mean? And it will catfish some of this fan base into thinking that we can actually win the league. Ipswich had stinker there, would be Arteta. Yeah, we won't win at Ipswich when we go there. We must start Ugarte, please. Well, I hope Newcastle wins as a Man City fan. I hope Newcastle beat Liverpool in the final, just so I can say to my biggest rivals, beating Newcastle in the finals not forever. Yeah, because the thing is, like, Newcastle never beat Liverpool otherwise, but a one-off game at Wembley, anything can happen. Like, look at when we lost to Birmingham in 2011. We beat Birmingham twice that season already, but then we lost that final. And Birmingham they were not a club that beat us, but they beat us in that final. You know what I mean? That's what I mean about this competition. Anything can happen. A team that never beats us will beat us in that competition. That will be if your team never beats Arsenal, your best chance of doing it is facing us in the EFL Cup. You know what I mean? The only thing I'll say about Arsenal is if we're really on it in the FA Cup, you don't want to play us. You don't want to play us when we're on it in the FA Cup. If we're not on it, then you'll beat us. But if we're on it, I'm telling you, we'll move anybody aside. That's and I don't get how that is. I don't get when it's FA Cup, we can be a different breed. But EFL Cup, shocking. It's on Sky Sports, I think, tonight. I live in Durham. My neighbour's Newcastle fan. I hope they do it for him. Yeah, I mean, I've got a friend who's a Newcastle fan. You can't stand Arsenal, right? But yeah, but the Newcastle fans, for how loyal they've been and everything like that, they would deserve to see it. I just think that clubs like that, with fans like that, need to change their mindset and demand that they see a trophy now. You know what I mean? That's my thing. But they may see it. They may see one. EFL Cup's always on Sky. It is, but last night it showed ITV also broadcasted it last night. So I don't know if they're doing it again tonight. I'll have to look on the website. In fact, let me just quickly have a look. So last night, it was on ITV. It didn't show me on there. Tonight, BBC Radio. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't think ITV are going to show it. They're not giving us a double whammy. He's 70-odd. Last time they won something, he was 14. He said, "Jesus, the same age I was the last time we won the league." Jesus. Oh yeah, I get what you mean. I remember you had like 6-0 wins twice within the space of a month. Yep. A lot of people saw that.
I've seen him do it.
I mean, if Newcastle plays Tottenham in the final and beats them, Hayes will say Newcastle only beat Tottenham. Nah, but in all fairness, Tottenham, they're really desperate for a trophy, and Newcastle, they should be really desperate for a trophy. You know what I mean? That kind of final like that, I don't think anybody can use that. You know what I mean? Nobody can use that. If it was the other way around and Spurs beat Newcastle, I think the people could have an argument and say, well, yeah, you won it because you beat Newcastle because, blah, blah, blah. But if Newcastle win it, people can't say, oh, it's only because you beat Tottenham. Because, fam, like that's Tottenham's best chance, really, when you think about it. even though Newcastle always have Tottenham's number, again, as I said, the EFL Cup, it's a different ballgame. Bro, I remember the Birmingham Arsenal. That was so mad they got relegated as well. So, yeah. I remember watching it at my ex-girlfriend's house, and I knew we wouldn't win that. I knew we wouldn't win it. I saw the look on the faces when the Arsenal players' faces when we were walking out, and I just knew they just looked too nervous. And yeah, Birmingham played like how they should have done. But they peaked when they won that, because following on that season, you know, for the rest of that season, they did fuck all after that. And what I found strange was Alex McLeish then went to Aston Villa. He went to Aston Villa when Birmingham got relegated, and it's like he did nothing with Villa. And I don't think Villa fans didn't want him anyway, from what I believe. Like, why would they? He just won your nemesis at EFL Cup, then comes to you, then underperforms. You know what I mean? It's like he peaked when he won that. But yeah, Newcastle winning this, they got the team to win it. They do. They do, to be fair. How do you watch Arsenal games if you're on Sky Sports? Well, one cannot say. But yeah, it's not easy. Sometimes I go through two bit of struggles while watching some games. But we'll just leave it at that. There's a joke that if Newcastle play Tottenham in the final, they'll both lose. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I remember Birmingham had Craig Gardner in midfield. CH and Alex McLeish was there, coach, yep. And then Haleb played as well. He used to play for us. Which part of Yorkshire are you from? I'm near Leeds. Near Leeds. Who do you think leaves if we don't win anything this season? Saliba, possibly Gabriel. Because Saliba and Gabriel, their relationship is kind of like Aubameyang's and Lacazette's, and they both left. Well, Aubameyang left first, didn't they? And Lacazette left not soon after. So we'll lose Saliba and probably Gabriel. I think we'll keep Saka, but we're gonna lose the likes of them. But what I want to see is Arteta leave. That's what I want to see. I want to see that gimp, right? I want to see that gimp out of them doors. Flip, oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in years. Yep. And he played in that final as well. So yeah. It still hurts. And it's always gonna hurt until we win the League Cup again. You know what I mean? Like, I was 3 years old the last time we won that competition, man. Gabriel actually went to Real Madrid in one of my EA FC career mode saves. Did he? Well, in mine, I think Maguire's gone to Man City. Because Man City were rumoured to sign him from youth, straight from Man United. And I think he actually went. But speaking of FC, I need to get on with my title charge episode, actually. I don't think it's Arteta losing a plot, but more other teams figuring out how to outplay Arteta style. It's been happening in City too. No. Arteta's lost the plot. He's lost the plot because he's been found out. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Teams have figured this out and he didn't know how to deal with it. He has no plan B. I think Saliba leaves Arsenal and goes to Real Madrid. So he should. I won't be mad at it. When you look back at it, when you look back at it, at the time, when Van Persie left and Nasri left and Adebayor left, I was pissed. But that's because, you know, these players, like, I like these players at the club, you know what I mean? I wanted these players to stay and everything like that, and then just seeing them go like that. But end of the day, you have to swallow your pride and be like, you know what? These men left because they're actually winners. And these men want to win. And you ain't going to do it yet. Arsenal, right? Because a lot of these players that left Arsenal, I believe, would have stayed if Arsenal showed some fight to want to keep them. Arsenal is that girl that you like, right? That you want to get involved with, but she tells you she doesn't suck dick. That's Arsenal. You know what I mean? She doesn't give oral, but that's what you want. You want oral in your life. Arsenal is the type that's like, I don't do that. So what happens then is you go elsewhere, even though you prefer to be here. That's how I describe Arsenal. Steven Trent and Real Madrid next season. Yep. Can see that. We could finish outside top 4 this season, and Arteta will still be here. Watch. He fucking better not. Because in all fairness, if we finish outside top 4 and with nothing after all this, I can't see how this guy's not matched out at this point. Because look how it was when Wenger started not getting top 4. You know what I mean? He didn't get top 4 in his last season and he left. You know what I mean? He couldn't hack it. If he beat you guys this Sunday, I'm officially at Arteta. Oh, dear.
What are you laughing at, you fucking fool? What's he laughing at?
My guy to Man City, but yeah, I think he's actually there. But when it shows the rumor thing, that's because they've actually tried to sign him. So he probably might have gone there because I don't remember seeing him when I played him, because I've already played United twice in the game, and I don't recall him being there. And yeah, I don't know if Arteta never really strikes me as a tactician. I don't know. He's a gimp. West Ham manager must adapt, like he said with the ball last night. In my FIFA 25, someone went to Man United in my Man City career mode. If you're not watching the game tonight, are you doing FC? No, I'm not at home. I'm in North Wales actually. That's where I'm. Well, no, I'm not in North Wales. I've been to North Wales, but I'm back in England, but I'm not at home. And Salah went to PSG in my United career mode. I faced them in the Champions League, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Yes, I agree, but then the opponents adapt well because they know how you adapt. And then what? This is a problem. Premier League teams have various strategies of play. It's the individual skills. Yeah, opponents adapt well, and then we've got a manager that doesn't have the antidote to none of that. So what he does is he sets his team out to do the same thing, and everybody knows what we're going to do. You know what I mean? When we were 2-0 down, that is the most persistent and direct we've played since we last beat a team heavy. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be shocking. Like, Sporting was shocking against us, and look what we did to them. You know what I mean? But when you've got a team that's on it, we don't do that. You know what I mean? We found out. Trent to Tottenham also in my FC 25. Christ. But hey, Rashford's at Brighton on mine. I don't know who's where really. But I know Brighton have Rashford. Trent probably thought he went to Madrid. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here, but we'll just end on this, right? Because this gimp right here, trying to blame trying to put accountability on the ball.
You're not the first manager to mention the ball in this competition. I know it's not an excuse, but what is the issue with it?
No, it's just different. It's just different, very different to the Premier League ball, and you have to adapt to that because it flies different. When you touch it, the grip is very different as well. So you adapt to that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Anyways, we're gonna leave it there. Like the video, guys. Share the video. Comment, subscribe to the channel. Big up all yous that came in. And yeah, I've got a match preview to do for the United game on Sunday in the FA Cup, so I'll do that on what day are we on? We're on Wednesday, aren't we? So Thursday tomorrow. So I'll do that Friday. Tomorrow I'll do a FC 25 stream because I'm up to March the 16th. I've just played my game that fell on March the 16th, and Man United played Man City in the EFL Cup final that day. So I don't know who won. So I haven't checked it, but I'm gonna check it on my stream. And FC 25 phase 1, the title charge, doing what Arteta can't do. You know what I mean? So we're nearly towards the end of phase 1. We're in March, mid-March. Phase 1 is nearly at a climax. And the only competitions I'm in now is the Champions League, and then obviously I'm in the title race because I'm second. But yeah, anyways, I don't think Arsenal even consider second Arteta unless Arsenal at least have minimum bad season as United did last season without a trophy. Possibly. But big up all you that came in anyway. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
because I'm a black belt in karate,
Stop the cap.
come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.